So today I just want to briefly touch um, on things, one thing in particular that shows us that we are still in separation. And of course, we're going to be in separation as long as we're in body, but we can also operate from a place of oneness while we're in body. And one of the ways that I think, at least in my life, has been a common way that I have gone into separation is the idea of right or wrong, good or bad. And I know that it's easy to fall into it because we get stories in our heads and we have one perspective. You have yours, I have mine, right? And yet at the same time, if you want to experience peace and calm, and if we ever want to hope for a world that doesn't have war, we really need to be willing to at least consider releasing the idea of right or wrong, good or bad. And now it doesn't mean that you're going to like everything, and I've said this a million times, but what it means is you're going to accept everything as it is because you know from a higher perspective it is truly all divine. Not always easy depending on the subject, and I know that. However, if we want to experience more peace, if we ever want to hope for a world that does not have war, this is something that we need to embrace. And now it doesn't mean that there's not consequences or anything like that. It doesn't mean I believe it's all love. But when we in separation think about love, we think about the things that we like. And anything that we don't like, of course, that's outside of love in separation. But the reality is it's all love and it all serves a purpose. And when we can hold that higher perspective, we do the whole world a favor. Not easy, I know. So we have to be willing to drop the ideas of good or bad, right or wrong, whether we like it or not. And the way that I have found that works for me is just focusing on alignment. That's okay for you. That is not aligned for me. And then it's all about, being responsible for what is aligned for myself, being the adult in the situation. Actually, I don't know if that's right. that is the right word. Being the one who chooses oneness. I see that's not aligned for me, but that doesn't make it right or wrong. And I can refocus at that point, or I can walk away, or I can there's all kinds of things I can do, but the point being, I'm not in right or wrong, good or bad. I'm in aligned or misaligned. And if it's misaligned, it's my responsibility to go back to myself. It's not a reaching out to try to change anybody or anything. It's a going back to myself and honoring myself and doing what I need to do to address whatever it is in the situation. It's not outside of me though. It's an address inside of me. I don't think that's the right word. It's within me, right? The world's just mirroring back. Anyway, I'm going to keep this short. I hope it makes sense. Take care.